Hi, welcome to Jean's Night In. We're here celebrating with producer Stephenie Meyer and many fan sites and blogs. We're here celebrating the DVD, Blu-ray and Digital release of Austenland on Tuesday, February 11th. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. Let's start with you, Amy.
Hi, Stephanie. It's Amy from Page to Premiere. I'm here with my friend Jessica, and we're in Redondo Beach, California.
Hey, Amy. And Jessica.
Hi. Hi, Stephanie. This is Elena and Erin from Fangirlish, and we're in Los Angeles with our friends Shauna and Melissa.
Hey. See you. Awkward pause.
Poor Lisa, looking
Sorry.
like they're having so much fun. Lisa with Twilight Mom.
Hi, I'm Lisa with Twilight Moms.
Are you there, Lisa?
These are all, yes, I'm the Lisa. The actual one. But we're in Draper, Utah with the Twilight Moms. Twilight Mom headquarters.
Sweet.
Awesome. Why don't you kick us off, Amy? Why don't you kick us off, Amy?
Sure. So, Stephanie, we were wondering, we got all this stuff that said about, I love Mr. Darcy, but I'm a Mr. Knightley girl. Who is your Austen man?
Probably Colonel Brandon. I mean, he's a little older, and I didn't always think about him that way. Alan Rickman has a lot to do with my feelings for Colonel Brandon. But, you know, he's like a stand-up guy. He doesn't waffle around. He's not into somebody else. Like, he knows what he wants. He goes after it. I appreciate that.
He's my close number 2, so I would totally agree. Thank you.
Hi, Stephanie. We were wondering if you could make your own themed land for something that you fangirl over, what would it be?
I mean, sad to say, but probably just, it would be Austenland. And that's one of the real reasons that I was interested in making this movie, because I got to live in Austenland for a little while. I would love to be able to do exactly what they do, except with a nicer person in charge, and maybe with, like, you know, a few more guys, because it was a little limited, like you were assigned, and what if you're like, hey, no, forget Nobly, I want to go hang out with Captain East. You know, just have it a little more fluid. But other than that, it would probably just be to go live in one of those houses. Maybe if we could get Hyde Park, not Lime Park, the one they filmed Pemberley for the good BBC version of Pride and Prejudice, that would be excellent.
Thanks.
All right. And now Lisa.
All right. A few of us girls saw the movie up here at Sundance, and also when it came out, the kissing scene in the barn between Martin and Jane was missing. So what happened to the kissing scene?
The kissing scene in the barn? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, do you mean out after the horse being birthed?
It was in Martin's little barn, his little house.
His little shop. They never actually kissed in the shop. They danced, they came close to it, and then the horse kicked the wall and snapped it up. But there weren't any changes from Sundance.
Ah, okay.
You guys are just putting that kissing in your head. You wanted it. It wasn't real.
It was partly the book. The book just
possibly. All right, Amy's turn again.
Okay, I was just wondering how producing this movie was different than the other movie did, since you didn't write this book. Was there any different?
There were a lot of differences. Having it not be my work was incredibly freeing. Shannon was super into the changes. She was writing new scenes for the book in her head while she was doing the script. You know, she was loving it. And so she was super relaxed. She loved every deviation from the script. She got such a kick out of all the different movies because you make like 40 movies every time you shoot one, and then you edit it into one. But there were 40 that you could have done, and so that it was really that was cool to see how mellow she was, and I didn't feel any pressure at all. Like there was no one that was going to come after me and say, "Why wasn't this scene in?" Because it's not my fault, and that was awesome. Also, it was hugely different because we were doing a comedy, and I didn't realize what a difference that would make in the experience. But when you're spending all day watching really talented comedians come up with line after line that's new and funny, I mean, you're just laughing all day. It really is. I mean, I love books that aren't comedies, and so I end up getting drawn into them and wanting to see them as a real visual thing. But I really should focus more on comedies. It's so much more fun.
Great, thank you.
So, Stephenie, was it really fun to work with Jennifer Coolidge? And if you have any funny stories, we'd love to hear them.
Dude, everything with her is funny. She's the thing is like there's a character there, definitely. You know, she is not like Miss Charming all the time, but she is always saying these random things that are just hilarious. I think I saw that almost most when we were doing, well, at least most recently, when we were doing press for Austenland, and we were doing panels, and she's sitting there, and she just starts talking about how, you know, in Austen's world, the reason we love it is because it's the girls that are mouthy, that like say what they think. The boys all fall for the girl that like, you know, stands up to him and tells them off. She's like, in real life, this doesn't happen. They hate that. And she's looking at the men in the audience. You don't like it when I tell you what I think. You want me to say what you think. And just everyone in the audience was like frozen. Like, are you talking about me? It was really awesome. She's an incredible talent. She's hilarious all the time. And every take that we would do, she said something different. I don't think there are any two takes of her saying the same thing. So every time it was something new and hilarious.
That's great.
All right, Lisa.
Okay. I was just wondering, with your production company and everything, you're getting on social media and everything, are we going to start hearing more updates from you personally through those accounts?
I don't know. You know, I used to do the like kind of blog thing a long time ago, and I got so scared off of it when there was a time when I would post something weird about like straightening my hair, and the AP would pick it up, and it freaked me out so bad. Like I got really weird about posting just the random things that were fun, and I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get over that weird fear thing, and because it was fun, you know. And there was a time when I dropped a curling on my face, and it totally looked exactly like a UFO in the scar, and it went away. I mean, these are the kind of things that I like to share, but it's just a little too weird sometimes. So it's right now I feel like it feels kind of official most of the time. It's more like when we have news. So I don't know if I'll ever go back to just being like bloggy. When I get some nerve back, I guess.
Well, how about Twitter? Twitter's really good because that's just 140 characters.
I know, but Twitter, I don't, my kids aren't allowed to do any social media. There's no Facebook in my house, there's no Twitter. And so I have to set a good example. If I'm out there tweeting, then they're going to be like, why can't I have Instagram? So we're just keeping it social media free. So, I mean, I guess I have, how old is Eli? He's 11, 7 more years. Then I can do whatever I want.
We look forward to more updates with all your projects.
Thank you. All right, back to Amy.
Hi again. So we love Austenland. We have our book and read it quite a few times. But we want to know, what do you think of Midnight? And any chance of getting a movie of this one?
Midnight is my favorite of the two.
Okay.
It's more action. There's more intrigue. There's Mr. Mallory. It would be amazing to get to do that. The reality of it is that Austenland has not made enough money to make that a feasible project. So if every single person in America goes out and buys a copy of the DVD, maybe. I would love to. I wish that would become possible, because I want to cast Mr. Mallory real badly. There's a lot of good ways that could go.
Anybody specifically?
You know, the people that I love aren't actually perfectly suited to it. But you know, if Tom Hiddleston wants to do something with me, I mean, I'm not going to be rude like that. I'm just going to say, we'll fit you in. I believe you have the acting ability to be scary, like you can do it. I believe in you, Tom. That's how it's going to work.
If you get Tom, people will come.
Seriously, right? You would see any movie that he was, especially a movie where he's going to be kissing people. Yes, we all want this. We all want it.
We will buy many tickets.
Tom just has to want it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Stephenie, we were wondering about Martin's character, who in the film is rather musical and does a little bit of singing here and there. And I know Brett McKenzie is also very musical in real life. Did he have any hands-on role in actually getting to write the music, or was any of his parts improvised?
There was a lot of improvisation. The whole singing off line and off key, that was all just him having fun. We would have loved to have him write all the songs, but he came into the project, is it 2 days before we started shooting? 2 weeks. 2 weeks before we started shooting. He was a last-minute cast, and so we didn't really have time. And, honestly, we probably couldn't afford to have him do our songs. He has an Oscar for that. We can't just, be like, hey, write us some songs, Britt. Although he probably would. He is literally the nicest guy in the world. So he's so normal and, easygoing and fun. Just exactly how you think he'd be to hang out with, that's how he is.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, we were wondering, there's so many book-to-movie adaptations coming out and that have come out, but what one are you really looking forward to right now?
Okay, I have to think. I have been so immersed in things that aren't happening for a long period of time that what are some of the ones that are coming out soon? Well, okay. What was that?
Fault in Our Stars.
Okay, that has the best trailer I think I've seen in years. It's like the perfect trailer. So yeah, that one's a good one. Divergent, I'm interested. I keep there are things that I like, and then I'm not sure how I feel about it. I really loved the first book, but I think that as the series went on, that kind of affects how I feel about the first one. And so I'm on the fence. I'm going to go see it. I mean, it's going to happen, but I think I'm probably more excited for Fault in Our Stars. Although, how can you be excited for Fault in Our Stars? It's going to make me bawl. It's going to be horrible. I'm going to feel awful. So why am I looking forward to that? It holds me back a little.
What's been your favorite that has already been adapted that you've seen?
The best book-to-movie adaptation, I think, is Ang Lee's Sense and Sensibility. I also really love Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing. They're perfectly done. You're not trying to be better than the book, but you're like a companion to the book that's so fulfilling. And that's not, usually the case. Also, the one that I think that's better than the book is The Bourne Identity. But that's almost the only one I know of where it actually is better than the book version.
Awesome.
I love me some Jason Bourne. All right, who's next?
I think it's me again.
Okay, cool.
So, Stephenie, the question we put out to our readers, that of course you're probably expecting this one, is what's happening with the Host sequel, and what else are you working on?
It's a hard one. The Host sequel is kind of stalled out, and I just have recently, and I don't know, I probably need to go to a psychiatrist or something. I'm coming up with my own self-diagnoses, and I don't know if I'm right or not. But I was talking to a friend about this other project I started working on that is not planned at all. I don't know what's going to happen. It's so loose. And then I have all these other ideas that I've worked on in the past that are outlined, that I have scenes written. I know every single thing is going to happen. And I get stalled out when I work on them. And I'm wondering if I've overplanned them. And so I feel like, it's like I've already written them and then I'm getting kind of bored. I'm not sure if that's what the problem is. But I did stall out with The Host. And I go back to it sometimes. But right now I've got another thing that's kind of claiming my attention. I don't know that it's even publishable. Honestly, it probably isn't. But I'm having fun. And I know that it, maybe it's the most selfish thing in the world to say, but that's what's always important. If I'm having fun, then that's what I do.
Awesome. Yes, keep having fun. Thank you.
Thank you. I like it when people support me in my desire to have fun.
We'll support you no matter what. Although we'd love to see another book no matter what too.
Thank you, Amy. Well, you know, if I have something that's totally unpublishable, I'll just put it up on my website. They hate it when I do that. It'll be awesome.
We'll love it.
Hey Stephanie, so we want to know like what you have like on your plate next in terms of what films you have coming up.
I think the first thing that we can look for, like that will be in production soon, is Down a Dark Hall, which is very gothic, very atmospheric. It's going to be scary. It's not going to be a comedy, which now I'm starting to think maybe, you know, tonight I'm like, wow, do I really want to do, you know, 3 months of angst and scary? Although that's appealing too. I don't know. I think it's going to be cool. So, but it will not be Jennifer Coolidge. I can guarantee will not be in it. So that is a bummer.
Thank you.
Oh, Madame Duray. That'd be a different take on Madame Duray for sure. All right, Lisa.
Okay. Let's see. What can you share with us a really fun set story of Austenland?
I mean, it's hard because there were so many. One of the best nights we had, well, 2 nights, was doing the play. And I wish that there was room to like have the entirety of it, because there's a couple things that got cut that I really enjoyed. But I mean, it's freezing cold. We were out all night long, and they kept coming up with new things to make it funnier. And we were just laughing until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, which, I mean, imagine going to a comedy club that you're really digging, and you were there for, you know, 16 hours. Our stomachs just hurt by the time we were done, but it was so much fun. It really taught me, like, okay, night shoots do not have to be this grueling thing. They can be kind of awesome. All right. Do we have more questions? Or are we, is that it?
That was our last question. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and go grab a copy of the DVD or the Blu-ray or download it on Tuesday, February 11th. See you later. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.